Wolf Bride, Chapter 3, Transformation. Bastine, Kellum, and Jet loom over you, having just changed before your eyes into terrifying wolfman creatures. Ah! Morgan stands between you and them, her pistol in both hands, pointed at the ground. Celine is not your property. The three men, definitely not human, but not entirely animal, either growl and snap at Morgan, their golden eyes following her every move. Fight the werewolves, escape with Morgan, show no fear. Something comes over you, a preternatural calm. Stop. You put yourself between Bastine and Morgan. Bastine may have just turned into a wolf, but there's still something about him. You don't want either of them hurt. Bastine, calm down. His golden eyes flick to yours, fully attuned to you for the first time, and a deep wave of emotion washes over you. You can sense a surge of possessive energy, his powerful resentment at finding you with Morgan, the coil of his muscles ready to pounce. Bastine, stop this. Morgan, put the gun away. I'm here of my own free will. Celine. Bastine's low growl is begrudgingly, but quieter. While neither side backs down, you sense the immediate danger has passed. Celine, what are you doing? I don't know what the hell is going on here, but neither one of you gets to tell me what to do, understand? There's a rustle in the dark forest. More of the wolf-like creatures melt out of the trees surrounding him. You hear Morgan's sharp inhale. Outnumbered and outgunned, she takes a step away. I'll come back for you, Celine. I promise. They won't hurt you. They never harm those they've claimed as their own. Really? They already abducted us, but okay. Morgan retreats back towards civilization, leaving you alone with a pack of wolves. With Morgan gone, you sense the fight draining out of Bastine and the others. Softly he pads towards you, changing as he does. Celine, do not be afraid. Bitch, do we look afraid to you? We just stood up to you when you were in wolf form. You back away as he approaches, putting your hands up. Yeah, you could stay right over there. Way over there. He stops short. Behind him, you see Callum and Jet and the others shifting back into people you met yesterday. With a nod from Bastine, they dissolve back into the forest, leaving you alone with him. I won't hurt you, Celine, please. Allow me to explain. Explain? You need to do more than explain. I will not apologize. Morgan had no right to take you from my side. He draws himself up to his full height, and the dim moonlight reflects in his eyes. I and everyone you met yesterday are what you might call werewolves. No, I thought you were Wendigos. Or Wendigos, whatever the hell you want to call them. Wow, just gonna come right out there with it. Okay then. You know so little of your heritage. Your mother has taken much from you, but almost as much from us. Even human, again. He is imposing, and you can't let go of the image of his golden eyes in the face of the wolf. Through your bond, you sense the coiled passion within him, now contained. Morgan said the werewolves wouldn't hurt you, and deep down you feel the truth of that, as solid as the ground beneath your feet. I say this is where I'd usually wake up, but nope, I'm still here. In a forest in the middle of nowhere at night with a guy who turns into a wolf. You're not gonna panic. Nope, this is fine. You are not dreaming, Celine. Oh, I thought werewolves changed during a full moon into mindless killing machines. If all the horror movies I've seen are anything to go by, the stories you've heard are only half-truths. We are, above all, the defenders in the natural world. We protect the last vestiges of the earth that are untouched by humankind. Wow, that's so great of all of you. Can I go home now? It's late. My uncle will be looking for me. No, he will not. What? Your Uncle Zane knows where you are and who you are with. He is wolfkin, like your mother. Like you. Whoa, 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 whoa. I am not a werewolf. Wolfkin are not shapeshifters. You are human families who share our blood, our cousins, and our mothers. The only way we can breed true is to mate with wolfkin. You're just gonna come right out there and say we need you people to breed with, to make others? Whoa, when did we start talking about breeding? Yeah, well, you know. Our kind are few in number, hunted almost to extinction. Our territory is destroyed. There are few of us left to defend the primal magic. So, does that mean you're going to bite me? No, that's vampires you're thinking of. You wish me to? I mean, maybe. In the neck area, maybe shoulders. I mean, what? No, I mean, turn me into a werewolf. That's how this works, right? Oh, for the love of... No, werewolves can only be born, not turned. Okay, no biting, that's a plus. So, what about being cursed, running around shirtless, fighting vampires? You watch too much goddamn shiny bullshit vampire crap. Silver bullets. Does silver hurt you? As much as it would you. But from anything else, we heal more quickly than humans, even in this form. Oh, that explains why you have no scars. Yes. And when the moon is full, silver is the only thing that can harm us at all. The darkness has steepened as you've been talking, and you realize you can see nothing but his eyes through the velvety night. The full moon, does it change you? That is the time when we are closest to the primal magic and forget for a night who and what we are. That won't happen to me, right? No. Some wolfkin, after spending time in the primal lands, do develop our abilities, but it is exceedingly rare. For instance, even now in this human form I can see you with perfect clarity. That's because your eyes have shape-shifted to yellow. He moves closer, slowly. He's nothing but a shadowy blocking out the star, yet you are not afraid. Despite yourself, despite what you saw him become, you still feel a magnetic pull. Something beyond your control. Really, you can see me right now. How many fingers am I holding up? 3. Ah, damn, I was taking a guess. You are not holding any fingers. His voice is much closer than you thought. Swiftly, he reaches through the dark and takes your hand, surprisingly filled with a warm and gentle grasp. It feels electric. His voice lowers. Can you see me? Try looking closer. Call on the primal magic to unlock the potential of your werewolf blood and gain the night vision ability for future scenes. Not sure I believe you, but sure, I'll try. Stop squinting. Open your eyes fully. All heat is light. His hands close tightly over yours, warming your skin from the night air. Look for the warmth of my body. You gaze into his eyes, the only thing you can see, letting yourself relax. Slowly, impeccably, the glow begins to light the air, defining the outline of his form. The glow spreads, illuminating the night by degrees. Oh, you could get rid of that white light, I'll tell you that. What in the world? I can see you. Bastian's face is fully visible now, much closer than you'd imagine, his eyes alight with pleasure. Truly. Would you like me to boop you on the nose? You can see every detail from the impassioned flush of his cheeks to the dark eyelashes framing his eyes. Is this what you experience all the time? All this, and more. You turn away from him, and a glow in the soft light. The trees are teeming with life. Amazed, you can now see the movements of creatures big and small. A family of cute baby squirrels nestles in a hollow, asleep. A raccoon washes its hands in the trickling creek. An owl stalks a scurrying mouse. Incredible, it's all so beautiful. Yes, it is. I don't think he's talking about the nature. Ah! You turn back towards him. His face is full of pride. Such power within you, I knew from the first moment I saw you that you were a force to be reckoned with. You acquired night vision. Soon we'll be a full-fledged werewolf at this rate. You and Bastien walk back towards the caves, the forest now seemingly easily as bright as day. Our kind are the army the Earth uses to protect herself from the spread of human corruption, and we are losing, badly. What do you mean? The stories of werewolves as vicious monsters are human propaganda, designed to make them fear the wilderness. So they stay in cities, dependent upon technology and industry, the very things which will destroy us all. He reaches out for you with an open hand and offering, "Oh, we're doing some, some PC SJW crap, are we? Will you come with me to meet the wild wolves that my pack protects, to see the beauty that humans fear?" You meet his eyes, still glowing with warmth, and slide your hand in his. Show me. Like, don't get me wrong, I love nature just as much as, well, actually nobody. I love it immensely, but I would take it over humankind. But yeah, writers at Pixelberry, could we leave the crap at home? Bastien leads you through a packed territory beyond the forest into a lowland valley, lit by the tiny lights of hundreds of fireflies. He steps away, changing as he goes, this time not into a werewolf, but an actual wolf. Okay. It's both freaky and somehow lovely. Tossing his head back, he howls into the sky, a haunting and powerful call. Goosebumps erupt on your skin, and for a moment, the land holds its breath. And then you see them wild wolves emerge almost silently from over the crest of a ridge, half a dozen of them. Pretty. Clear as day, you watch them approach. Their eyes are intelligent and alert. Their movements are gracefully in sync. As the pack closes in, you realize how much bigger wolves are than you'd ever imagine. Way larger than dogs, thick-boned and standing almost chest-high with huge heads, sharp, gleaming teeth. Bastien changes again, back into his human form. Yeah, at least he never has to change his clothes. You are in no danger, as long as you're with me. Incredibly, the wolves seem to treat you as one of their own, sniffing and then ignoring you. Bastien, however, they treat as an old friend, licking his face, climbing over him, tails wagging, as you watch the adults head off into the night together, leaving the pups behind. Oh, cute. Where are they going? They must really trust you to leave their babies with you. You take a seat on the ground, and a particularly friendly puppy tumbles clumsily into your lap. Making you laugh, it licks and nibbles your fingers. Aw, aren't you just the cutest little ferocious beast that ever was? You scratch your ears like a dog, and the pup pants happily. So we're babysitting while your parents go out to dinner. Is that it? Another pup attacks, grabbing the one's tail between its teeth. The pup runs off after its sibling, rejoining the gaggle of puppies who are snapping at fireflies and tackling each other in play. You turn to Bastien. Why did you bring me here? I thought it was important for you to witness. You did not grow up in the wilds, as you should have. Bastien, why is it so important to you? I get it, save the earth and all that, but why this place? The health of the wolf pack affects the entire region. Wolves, they keep prey species in check. Without predation, the deer will forage themselves into starvation. Too many deer erode the soil, leaving smaller creatures without food or shelter. Each species affects the rest, maintaining the balance between them is essential. I think I saw this movie, The Circle of Life. An adequate metaphor. He lays his hand over yours, and you feel the strange doubling of your senses. His hand on yours and yours under his, all at once. Whatever this thing is between you, it keeps growing stronger. Werewolves draw our powers from primal lands like these, undisturbed by humans. So that's why you and Morgan don't get along? Sayri energy and power wants to turn places like this into mines. We cannot allow that to happen. You startle at the howl of wolves in the night. The pups throw back their heads and respond in kind. Tiny voices, joining as one. Cute. Okay, that's adorable. The hunt was a success. Sure enough, the adult wolves soon return. The pups scramble and yip, tripping over themselves in their excitement to fill their bellies. See how the alpha takes care of his family. Bastien nods to one of the largest wolves, white muzzle stained with blood, as he shares the kill with his mate and pups. The large male locks eyes with you, sharp and calculating, as you feel his intelligence as well as his ferocity. As you watch, another wolf tries to sneak a chunk of meat from one of the pups. The alpha reacts instantly, hitting the other adult to the ground with his teeth on the scruff of the other's neck. The interloper whines and licks the alpha, and just like that, the alpha relents. You see, he must both protect the pups and keep the peace within his ranks. Balance. He must always be strong, allow no disloyalty. Were he to fail in his role, he would be challenged and killed. In my role as alpha, it is much the same. So, you're the alpha? You didn't tell me that. It is why the others defer to me. You did not notice? No, I kind of noticed, but I didn't think that... Yeah, anyway. I just thought you were kind of bossy. The alpha wolf lifts his bloodstained muzzle to Bastien. Something passes between them, some hidden signal, and suddenly the wolves are bounding away. The wolves here in the east are one of the most endangered species in the country. Yep, versus out in the west, because we haven't completely industrialized out in the west yet, but we protect them as long as my pack survives. So will they, and this entire wilderness. The two of you start to walk back, reaching the shelter of the trees as the sun rises. But if humans like Morgan and Bernard Sayri have their way, this entire place would be paved over and torn apart. It's sad to think we could lose all this. It will never happen. I will not allow it. And I hope you will be at my side to help me in this fight. You walk in silence. You're not ready to answer yes, but you can't bring yourself to answer no. Hours later, you wake at the back den to find Bastien gone and your legs aching from last night's walk home. Man, I'm starving. Wait, when did we become so revealed? You emerge to see the other pack members going about their day. No one seems to notice you at first. Have a nice night with Bastien, did you? Isabelle's tone is honey-sweet, but dripping with venom. I did, actually. Where is... She hisses between her teeth, her expression ugly. You know he'll never see you as anything more than a broodmare. Excuse me? He may need a wolfkin mate to produce pups, but you'll never have a true connection to him. Not like the one of his own kind. Look who's awake! Layla, thankfully, notices that Isabelle has pounced on you and comes to your rescue. Well, see, the problem is the alpha male must have a strong alpha female to, you know, smack this bitch right up. Is that true, Layla? Are we just... Don't listen to her, Celine. Callum has never treated me with anything but devotion. We love each other. Isabelle scoffs. Callum would never win a mate within the pack, but Bastien is alpha. He deserves someone worthy of him. Hey. Your jealousy is pathetic. You're falling all over Bastien and he wants nothing to do with you. Get over yourself. She rears back, her eyes narrowed in fury. Why, you insolent little... What's going on here? His booming voice makes even her jump. He strides over to you, hands and fists at his sides. Oh, Bastien, you should have heard what Celine just said to me. She has no respect for the pack. I heard everything. She smirks at you over Bastien's shoulder, but the smile evaporates when Bastien turns on her. Apologize. His voice is low but commanding, with an undercurrent of calm fury that you can see makes her nervous. What? Celine is under my protection. By disrespecting her, you disrespect me. Apologize. I will not. Are you defying your alpha? He puts a hand on your shoulder at once, protective and commanding. She tries to step closer, but stops at a quelling glance. But, Bastien... The steely look he gives her silences whatever else she was going to say. Lifting her chin in a way that bares her throat to Bastien, she gives you a cool look from the corner of her eye. Apologies. Thanks. But when you turn to thank Bastien for standing up for you, you're surprised to find the anger in his gaze has barely softened. Celine, you cannot speak to Isabelle that way. She deserves your respect. Excuse me? We did nothing to her. What the f did we disrespect? What did we do? Look at her funny? Like, she disrespected me first and Layla. You cannot feud with her like this. She is one of our best hunters. One of the highest ranked members of the pack. Well, maybe if you had better control over your pack, I wouldn't have to defend myself. You storm out of the den, leaving a stunned Layla and Isabelle in your wake. Uh-oh. You can feel his concern as he approaches behind you. Leave me alone. I have been patient with you because I know this is strange to you, but do not test me. Boy, I swear to God, I'll beat your ass, don't you? Why not? You're not my alpha. That catches him by surprise, and he softens. Somewhat. Celine, this is your home now. This is your family. You must learn our ways. Wait, what? I'm not staying here. I'm only here for a week, Bastien. Then I'm going home. I have a job, parents, a life. I'm not moving here for some guy I just met. Some guy you just met? We are bonded. You are destined to be together. You cannot just turn your back. Watch me. I am not the one seeking or keeping you here, Celine. The bond between us has been there all our lives. The ceremony brought it to the surface. Now that it has been awakened, it will be harder than you think to leave. No wonder my mother ran away. This is exactly what she didn't want for herself or for me. Well, if she managed to leave, so can I. You spin on your heel to go, but he steps in front of you. You cannot just return to a normal life, Celine. You're a controlling little shit, aren't you? You don't get to order me around. I am not. I'm only telling you the truth you do not wish to hear. No, you're being a controlling little shit. The pull affects us both. I cannot bear for you to go. He slides his arms around you, his touch firm and controlling. You can feel his anger and his passion in equal measures. I feel more angry that he's so controlling. Wrench yourself away, anger surging even as part of you longs to stay close. I would never want this. I never wanted any of this. Whatever magic spell you put on me, with that bonding ceremony, undo it. Then get out of my head and stop muddling things up in there. It was nothing I did. It is a blood calling the blood. I cannot change it any more than you can. No. I don't want you. It's not a matter of wanting. It is need. Both of you are breathing hard. He reaches out for you, and you shove him away angrily. His hand tightens, and he doesn't reach for you again. Do you not see? Do you not feel the need as I do? His voice pitches lower, more desperate, more feral. How can you ignore this? No, I'm gonna push him away. I'm sorry. I'm not a primate. Like, I'm not an animalistic person, let's be real. His chest is hard and unyielding. He moves about as much as a marble statue. Celine. No. Sorry, I'm more intelligent than you. He growls your name through his clenched teeth, his breathing like he's run out of air. And then he masters himself. I can be patient. You need space, fine. When you realize we are meant to be together, I will be here waiting for you. As anger leaves him, you feel his sudden wariness as though it were your own. I think I understand now. You do? I am Alpha, Celine. I cannot change that. And I can't just change who I am either. You are right. I do not expect you to behave like you were raised in the pack, and I promise you will not lose your humanity by staying with me. You may even teach me something about humanity. He stops and gives you a strangely shy look. If you didn't know any better, you'd think he was almost nervous. What do humans do when they court each other? Listen, what we've been doing for the last 5 minutes isn't courting. It's you being a controlling asshole. What? Well, let's see. We go get coffee. We talk over coffee. We see how the talk over coffee went. And we might go get lunch, dinner, and or breakfast, depending on what time of day. I heard Layla and Callum talk about going on a date, yes? I may not know much about your human world, but please, let me show you how willing I am to learn. He sweeps to one knee in a gallant gesture, taking your fingers gingerly in one hand. Celine, will you allow me to honor you of taking you on a date? Oh. Okay. Go out with Bastine. You look nice in the shirt. I mean, you know. I would love to go on a date with you. We just change our tune that goddamn quick, seriously? His face breaks into his wide grin. Truly. Of course. Pick me up at 8. He doesn't know what a clock is. Sorry? Right, no clock, sundown then. It's a date. Just Bastine, where are you taking her? Later that evening, you and Bastine walk together into Hunt's Peak. You ready for your first human date? This is what you're wearing to the date? A bra. Oh boy. What do you have planned? Well, let's start with a classic. Dinner and a movie? Oh, hold on, I gotta do something about this. Dinner starts off smoothly once the food arrives. You cover your mouth to stifle your laughter as Bastine picks up a dripping ribeye with his bare hands. What? You nod to the other diners, many of whom are staring at you, and gesture meaningfully with your fork. Embarrassed, he puts the steak down, and you hand him a napkin, trying to hide your smile as he looks around and belated picks up his fork. You might have said something earlier. I'm sorry, you said you'd been to town before. I just thought... He looks so affronted that your laughter finally breaks free. It's okay, really. I mean, you were literally raised by wolves. Although, if you guys need wolfkin to breed, does that mean your mother was... human? Yes. From Hunt's Peak. Maybe your mother should have taught you manners. So, did you grow up in town then, or...? We are raised by the pack. I'm told human schools frown upon having children turn into puppies in the middle of class. Well, I think it would be definitely detention worthy where I grew up. But when I was a young boy, my mother would sometimes bring me into town to see movies. Oh, did you have a favorite? Let me guess. Old Yeller, Teen Wolf, Fox and the Hound. Fox and the Hound, gotta be. How did you know? I just had a feeling. God damn it, get out of my head. As you leave the restaurant and head towards the theater, Bastine's tone turns thoughtful. I have not seen a movie in years. I have hardly come to town since becoming an alpha. Too busy with the pack? Yes, but that is not the only reason. Coming here reminds me too much of her. Your mother? What happened to her? His expression goes carefully stoic. Cancer. Oh, no. Many of our mates chose to live in town and leave the raising of the pups to the pack, but she lived with us at the den, so by the time she thought to see a human doctor, it was too late. Even if you detect it early, it's still meh. Bastine, I'm so sorry. It was a long ago. Still, she was your mother. You're allowed to be sad. She obviously loved you very much. A ghost of a smile passes over his face. And she was loved in return. He shakes his head, gesturing at the theater's current showings. Now, am I remembering correctly? We need to purchase our tickets before the movie starts. Yeah, imagine if you actually paid afterwards. You'd be like, yeah, I feel like that movie is worth the $7 ticket. Versus, that was the most horrible thing in my life and I ain't paying shit. Goodbye! You look at the marquee, trying to focus on the titles, when Bastine is standing close behind you, enough to feel his breath in your hair. Let's watch, Listen, it's October, fam. A horror movie. I should probably do some research on my new life, after all. I did tell you Hollywood stereotypes are fictional. Yes? Maybe. I'm only teasing. The theater is only half full, but you follow Bastien to the back room. The darkness of the theater doesn't even take a moment to get used to now. The heat of the bodies in the seats lighting up the way like the flashlights. As the lights lower and the opening music swells, you see a teen couple far down in the front row lean in and kiss. You can tell Bastien notices too. He lays his arm across the back of your chair casually and whispers in your ear, "It seems not everyone comes here just to watch." You know what I'd like Pixelberry to do to get the set on the screen to change. We've had that literal movie theater screen for 4 years now. Seriously, it's getting annoying. Give or take, it's maybe 3, but... how can we talk about it if we liked it on the way home? Is that the point of coming here? I mean, if the movie's boring, you can make out. Otherwise, if it's entertaining, you watch the movie. Always. You both turn your attention to the screen. Somewhat to your surprise, you find yourself in Hunts Peak the next day, shopping with Layla. I'm so glad you could come with. I miss having someone to shop with. The pack doesn't use money, of course, but most of us wolfkin keep part-time jobs to support the pack when we need to sometime. And so we can buy the things for ourselves that make the den less of an actual cave. She holds up a few bags of candy before tossing them in the cart, and you laugh. So, what kind of work do you do? Oh, medical billing, work from home sort of gigs. How do you work from the cave? What kind of internet does the cave get? I keep an apartment here in town too, since my phone and internet won't work in pack territory. Oh, thank God we cleared that up. I thought we were having like gig internet at the cave. I was missing out. Do you regret not having a normal life? She shrugs, adding a few cute throw pillows and a plush blanket to her cart. Honestly, not really. I love Callum and being with him, and it's not like normal life is all that great, right? Well, I kind of like normal life, actually. No, I don't. I mean, you really want to work 50 years at some dead-end 9 to 5, making some other guy rich until you're old enough to enjoy life? Yeah, pretty much. When you have to put it that way, I hate it even more. I was never going to let my job become my life, so I found something better. Yep, and that's why I am a content creator, while taking care of my 2 brothers. It's better than working the 9 to 5 gig, even though literally there's no money to put on the table, but I digress. Cough, that's why you guys support the channel, right? As you leave the store, Layla nods with a polite, forced smile to a passing man who pays her no notice. He is very angry. As he leaves, she gestures to him with her chin. Take that guy, Bernard Sayre. That's the guy who will suck the whole town dry to line his own pockets. I'd rather live rough forever than be like him. And this life, being part of an ancient guardianship of the earth. She rests her hands on her belly, rubbing lightly. Wouldn't trade it for anything. Layla's face lights up with an idea. Tell you what, you can see for yourself tonight. The pack is going to cleanse an old strip mine that Sepp used up and abandoned. Now that it's just a big ugly hole in the ground, like an open wound, the pack is gonna rededicate it to the primal magic. They can do that? You should come. You can't really understand the pack without understanding what they do. And it's incredible seeing real magic at work. Join the werewolves of the mine to learn more about their magic and raise your standing in the pack. I don't have to wear the outfit though, right? Well, I'm definitely not gonna pass up mountain magic. Layla's face lights up, though she holds up a finger in warning. There's gonna be some hard work first, though. When you reach the abandoned mine that night, you can't help but gape at the devastation. The entire mountaintop is blown away, leaving mounds of broken equipment, bare rock, and a disgusting open pit full of debris. Well, welcome to humankind. It used to be beautiful here. It does look like a wound. How can we fix it? I mean, it would take weeks to clean all this up, and even then, it'll take years to even recover. We have a better way. The two of you hike carefully down to meet the pack. You hold Layla's arm to help steady her. Whew, thanks. I'm a bit off balance lately. As you join up with the others already hard at work clearing the debris, you're keenly aware of Bastien's presence. He meets your eye from across the clearing, a smile spreading as he sees you, but he stays at his post. He's on guard duty tonight, but we might see him later. Naomi, the pack speaker, is meditating on a cleared area of rock. She addresses you without opening her eyes. Oh, so basically she's like me.
I am so very glad to see you, Celine. I had hoped, but these things sometimes take time.
Layla said that this was something I should see. What are we actually doing? There's only a handful of people here and no tools or trucks to clear the debris. She chuckles, low and full of mirth, like you just told a joke.
No, indeed.
Callum, Jet, and Isabel arrive. Callum leans down to kiss Layla, then bows his head to Naomi. We finished on the northern edge. Is there anything else you need, honored speaker? Her eyes drift closed again, but she smiles.
2 handfuls of quartz stones, a flask of fresh running water, and someone to grind down these herbs.
Quartz stones. I like that. I like how they're using those. I love quartz.
Oh, and Jet, a few sprigs of wildflowers, if you please.
Yes, speaker. You look at Jet, surprised. I call the easy job where I get to sit down. I found a little stream on our way up, just a short hike away. I will retrieve the quartz for you, speaker. I will help collect water, pick flowers, find stones with Isabel. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Callum, because the other two are assholes to me, so you know. Happy to have your company. Just lead the way. Callum navigates the forest with practiced ease while you lumber in his wake, trying to avoid the roots and vines and crisscross the narrow path. So, you really seem to love Layla. You sound surprised. I guess I thought you had an arranged marriage or whatever people call it. Not as formal as that, perhaps. Wolf can always have a choice whether to mate or not, and our bonding was genuine. I guess it helps when you're expecting the bonding, and it isn't sprung on you with force. Callum looks at you sideways. No, it's not supposed to happen that way. How is it supposed to be? How can I explain it? It is the joining of our life's paths with another. The path may shift and become difficult, but you walk it with the one you trust. That's really poetic. I loved Layla before bonding, but after it, your souls become intertwined in a way you did not know was possible. Callum holds out a hand to stop you just before you step into a thin creek hidden in the brush. I'll do it. He uncaps the flask and hands it to you. You dip the flask into the cool, clear water until it's full, and then replace the cap. Celine, I have known Bastien all of my life. He may seem commanding at times, but that is his role in our world. He is a protector of the pack and these lands. We're surrounded by enemies, and so the burden he carries is heavy. He is a loyal friend and a strong, fair leader. Should you choose to be his mate, you could find none better. And seeing you with him, I would advise him the same. With all the ingredients collected, the pack gathers around Naomi, who stands tall. So, what are all these things for? You'll see. You all follow Naomi to the edge of the open pit. Isabella holds the speaker's arm to steady her. Layla leans back against Callum, who rests his hands on her belly. You look down to the yawning mouth of the mine as Naomi sprinkles the herbs in a ring around the mound of the quartz and then lights it with a match. Smoke fills the air.
Stone and soil, fire and air.
Opens a flask of the creek, water, and upends and extinguishing the small flame.
Water, bringing life. We begin anew.
She sprinkles the freshly picked flowers over the ashes. All is still except the floating smoke. And then she begins a low, growling chant. Soon the others begin to join, raising their voices together, something changing in the air around you, but not something you can see. The words seem outside your understanding, but a surge of emotion overwhelms you. You feel that if you wanted, you could just almost join in. Listen respectfully. You bow your head and fold your hands in front of you. The chant is beautiful and haunting. You feel a strange emotion swirl in your chest, something you cannot name. Tears spring in your eyes as your heart seems to beat in rhythm to the chant, and for a moment you feel lightheaded. The last echoes of the chant fade just as the sun rises above the horizon. In the light, you look out over the pit, and to your shock, you see the wound in the earth is closing. Wow. That's pretty. The ground restores itself, grass and flowers grow over the dead stone. It's like watching time reverse. Oh my god. No, it's not like time reversing, because you can still see the cave entrance. It's just time and land speeding up. It looks like the mine never existed at all. Yeah, said no one ever.
This is the power of primal magic. This is our true purpose. Why the earth needs the pack. It is what you were born to do, Celine.
As you walk back through the early dawn, you can't help feeling she might be right. That night, asleep in your room at the den, you dream. You're running through the forest on four legs, wind in your face, barely touching the ground. Another wolf runs beside you in perfect sync. Well, this one's got gold fur this time, though everything is inverted, but you can see through her eyes, feel the light-hearted joy in her chest. You are together. Okay, now I'm a white wolf. But a strange, unnatural jangling sound follows you, both chasing you. You run faster and faster until you take flight, four legs climbing the night sky. When you suddenly realize you are alone. You turn back to see your companion chained to the earth by heavy manacles around her hind corners, but you cannot go back. Interesting. You startle awake, disoriented and covered in sweat. Somehow you know the identity of the wolf in your dream. Morgan? Wait, what? You can feel her out there still straining towards you, and you know she is coming to find you. Right now, no matter the danger. If you're bonded to Bastine, then what is the connection you keep feeling to Morgan? And what will happen if she tries again to rescue you from the pack? Interesting. Which interesting. So, I'm very confused if she's a wolf then. I'm very confused. I was thinking this would turn out something different, you know? Like, she's another type of magical entity. Because, I mean, if you look at Pixelberry, right, we have several books that are, that cover magic, right? And I'm not talking about the Harry Potter-esque type shit. I'm talking about the other one. But, you know, and then there was the one down in, I think it was, New Orleans, right, where there were talks of vampires, and it also crossed with Bloodbound and things like that. And then we've got, you know, the one book that does cover a little bit on magic and the world that is beyond the veil of the normal and shit like that, you know. It's really sad, and I'll say this. It's really sad that Pixelberry doesn't intermix these books. It's really sad that the writing team, like, they don't develop a writing team that has, you know, like a supernatural. It's why a lot of apps are crushing Pixelberry now. It's one of the reasons why Storyscape prematurely, in just its first few months, was more of a success than Choices. And unfortunately, Disney in their short-sightedness, and let me be real, every Disney game that's ever came out of Disney has always sucked. So they're good with movies, they're good with entertainment, but they're shit with video games. Let's be real. Name one good Disney game. Good luck. So that's one of the reasons why they tried to get rid of Storyscape's developer, but then, basically you can only keep the lights on for so long, and it's too bad that the fandom, as well as a lot of other fandoms, didn't band together like they did with Telltale Games and keep them alive. But a lot of other apps have specific writing teams that focus on, sci-fi, paranormal, things like this, and then they crisscross games and books and apps and all this other stuff. And it's really cool, right? So I'm just kind of confused, especially with the fandom that Choices has, right? I mean, there's people still out there writing Bloodbound books right now, and chapters and everything else like that. They're halfway decent. I'm just really surprised that Pixelberry has not leaned on the community. Some of the most successful games in the world, including Cyberpunk now, but they're leaning towards modders in the community. GTA has always leaned hard on its community. That's why GTA is as big as it is. I could go on and on and on about this issue, and if you ever want to talk about these issues, again, follow me on Twitch and tune into live streams where we can have a wonderful, delightful conversation, where, I've been doing Twitch now for many, many years. Yeah, just, I don't know. I just wish Pixelberry would do more than worry about money, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have, with great success comes the money. Let's put it that way. You're not aiming for the money, and then you think that's going to bring you great success. Anybody who has a idealism of that, right, is an idiot. And you will be doing, like she said, Layla, 9 to 5. Until you're old, and then you're too old to enjoy life. Okay? So, yeah. Thanks for watching. You know what to do. It's clearly been up on the screen. Peace out.